Hey guys, it's Maria Triano from PA Dance Network, and welcome again to another little fun exploration in our teen self-love movement. This is really cool. The topic that I want to share with you today is called You Have Your Own Compass. You have your own compass. What do you think that means? Everything that you might ask questions for or need answers to, or where you might reach out to friends, parents, people you work with, you actually don't need anyone else's advice or opinion. You have the answers within you already. The trick is you just have to listen to your own answers, okay? And I'm not saying that it's not beneficial and helpful to get input and love and support from other people. It truly is. But how many times have you been in a little pickle with yourself and you have asked some friends for advice and you're getting all of these different mixed reviews? Has that ever happened to you? What that does is it sort of clouds your judgment a little bit. It clouds your ability to be able to step forward and believe in the way that you might need to take action on something or how you need to respond to something. So many, many years ago, in my field of dance education, I remember we used to do a lot of assembly programs. I'm a professional dancer. I train professional dancers. I do a lot of beautiful work here at my studio, PA Dance Network, which is in northeastern PA. It's a private studio. I've been in business for 25 years, and basically, as a professional dancer and choreographer, early on in my career, we used to go out into the schools here in the Poconos and in the region. And we used to do all these beautiful assemblies for the school kids, ages, kindergarten through 12th grade. And in the sort of like teen areas and high schools, we would ask the kids, after we would do the assemblies, we would come down and talk with the students. We'd just sit at the bottom of the stage and talk with the students. We had a question and answer period, and we would also ask the kids how many of their parents woke up happy in the morning, and how many of their parents were actually doing careers that they loved. Okay, so maybe you could just take a listen on that yourself. And you might be surprised, as we found out, there were a lot of people, a lot of kids who had parents who weren't really happy. They weren't really doing what they wanted to be doing, and they didn't know how to get out of it. So this sort of really was an eye-opening experience for me, because here I was living my dream. I was, performing for hundreds of kids at a time through the schools. We did this for a number of years. And it was funny because we used to get little fan mail from the classes, and the kids would, we would have a meet and greet, and, the kids of course saw us as celebrities. And I remember we got this one message from one of the kids, and it said, "We think that you drive around in limousines all day and eat pizza. That's the life that you live." And it was like so funny, because just to see the responses to the different age groups. But when we got to the high schoolers, it was like, I just felt like there was sort of this dark cloud of like, hey, we don't really know what we want to be when we grow up. People are asking us what we want to be, and we don't really know, and we're just sort of going along with what we think we're supposed to do next. So I want to share with you that as a dancer, as a person who has lived her life in the performing arts, and this is how I make my money, and P.S., I did a lot of education in my field, of course, and I have a lot of years experience in it, but when I was getting ready to graduate from college, or from high school, I didn't know what to do. My grandmother was an educator in the same school system that I graduated from, and she was helping to guide me, and we thought, well, okay, the next thing to do is for me to go to college. Well, I did not have the I didn't have the courage to say I didn't want to do that. And I didn't know any other way. I didn't know any other way. And so I enrolled into college. My grandmother helped to support me get into college, and I was a dance major. And within the first year, I failed out of college. I knew that I wanted to be a dancer, but I just didn't know how to get there. I was already taking classes in New York City. The people that I studied with as a child, they said, this is as much as we can give you. You're at the top of our learning curve here, and it's time to go to the city and dance with people, who can give you the next level of professionalism. So we did that. But as I said, I was disappointed in myself. And I held on to that grudge for so many years with myself that I failed out of college. And I was also in a relationship with an upperclassman when I was in college that was not a healthy relationship for me. So I was being pulled in all these different directions, but the dancing was still the most important thing. I was doing great in my dance courses, but most of my academic courses I just completely bailed on. And that's really what, kicked me out. Kicked me out of the system. And I thought, well, how am I going to do this? So I actually stopped dancing for a while. And people would ask me, I went into the hospitality business, which I absolutely loved. And people would ask me, why aren't you dancing anymore? And how's dance going? And I was like, well, I'm not really doing that. And people were like shocked. They were just like, what? Like, that's totally who you are. You have to be doing it. Like, what do you mean you're not doing it? It's just like, they're like scratching their heads. It does not compute. So I started to go back to dance class, and I realized that when I was dancing, I felt good. Even no matter what was going on around me, or with other people, with my life, with friends, I felt really good, and I felt whole and complete. So then we, of course, fast forward to, doing all these dance assemblies for kids. Basically how I got there was I realized something. Nothing stops the mission. Nothing stops your passion. You have so many different ways that you're going to get there. You can either go the conventional way, and you can go an unconventional way. You can go a little bit of both avenues, but you're eventually going to end up where your heart has decided you're going to be. You can try to fight it every instance. I mean, in my field, it was just like, I had a lot of support from my mom, my grandmother. I had a lot of support there, but a lot of people outside of that were like, you can't make a career doing the performing arts, so you can't make the money that you need. And the truth is, you can. You can, if you have a dream and you have a heart's desire and you're really good and passionate at something, you can actually make money doing that. And here's why. Because the love that you have within you that is pushing you forward to express yourself and do all this cool stuff that you have it is love. It's love. And love can translate to money. Love can translate to money, okay? Because we have a motto here at PA Dance Network, which I share with all my instructors, and the people that I train and coach and mentor in all different fields now, which has expanded exponentially over the years to be more than just dance, is that work is love. So if you are not doing something that you love, you are in a place of like, just heaviness. You might even be in a place of fear, okay? So this kind of leads me to let you know that, the things that you have inside of your heart, they were planted in there before you were born, actually. And I'm going to read this little inspiration. It's a tea-spiration. It's a little tiny tea-spiration. I don't know if you can see it, but I love herbal tea. Decaffeinated herbal tea. It's really yummy and calming. It's just, try some. It's really good. But this one says, we are born wise. We are born complete. So just take that into your heart for a minute. We are born wise. You are born wise. Put your hand on your heart. Close your eyes and bring your attention down to your heart. And ask yourself if that's true. Were you born wise? Can you feel the upliftment of energy? Can you feel the love that's flowing right now? And were you born complete? Yes. The answer is yes. So guys, you're not broken, okay? There's nothing wrong with you. Everything that's going on in your life is showing you, it's keeping you on your path to help show you how to stay in your unique zone. And that's what we're going to really continue to sort of expand on in this little mini workshop. We have a couple voices, all right? We have, and I know you guys can relate to this, we have a couple voices within us. We have the voice of fear, and we have the voice of love, and then we also have the voice of different programs and beliefs and things we've learned from other people that we are trying to kind of fit into a mold with, and they don't work. And then we wonder why we feel anxious, or we feel just out of place, or not peaceful. So in this little exploration, I want to have you get out your little journal or any little piece of paper, wherever you're at. This happens to be one of my journals. You know, they make a lot of cool journals out there, and in the video before, a couple videos before, Regina Sales talks with you a little bit about journals, so you can take a look at that video. But I write I just like have all different kinds of journals for different things, and this happens to be one of my little teaching journals. But get your journal out, piece of paper, anything. I also have some gel pens. I like to work with color because color is really inspiring. And I'm a person that I prefer writing in pencil when I'm writing notes, or even when I'm scheduling appointments in my calendar, because then you can erase things easier, and you're not so bound down by the pen, by the ink, okay? But the gel pens just add color to everything. So get your pencil if you like pencils, and jot some things down, okay? I'd like you to come into your heart space again and just drop down into your heart. So we're going to come out of the mind, and we're going to write some things down. I'm going to help you to discern the different voices that you have, and which ones you can actually listen to. All right? So maybe take a listen throughout your day today, and write down the top 3 things that you have heard within yourself, in your mind, or if you've heard somebody say it today. So anything that you've heard, or you hear yourself saying, write those things down. And as you write them down, how do they make you feel? All right. Okay. Next, take your pencils or your colored pencils, your gel pens, whatever you have, or you can, if you don't have those handy, that's fine. But pick a color, and I would like you to write next to those statements that you heard. Do you feel the statements were fear-based? Okay? Or were they love-based? Fear-based would mean that there's a lot of judgment in it, negativity, harshness, aggression, aggravation. resentment, right? And basically lying, a lie, okay? And then love would feel like truth, peace, harmony, awareness, honesty. It feels more uplifted. Okay? Now, take one of your gel pens if you have it. Again, you can use pen, pencils, whatever, but the colors really help a lot. So you might even want to pause the video, and if you're doing this with friends or you're in a class or by yourself, go get your gel pens. Take that top statement that you wrote and read the statement. Just read it as if you don't know the person who heard the statement. Just read it as a statement, as a sentence. And what I'd like you to do is ask yourself, where did you hear that from? Where did you learn that? Where did you learn that? And then take a gel pen, and was that something that you heard a parent? It was a parent's belief? Was it a teacher's belief? Was it a sister's belief? A brother's belief? Was it an aunt, uncle? Was it a grandparent? Where did you get that from? Okay? Was it something that you heard on the TV? Was it part of a commercial? Did you get it from a movie? Was it part of something that you heard from social circles? And pick a color and write down where that came from. Was it actually your thought? Okay? Wow, it's eye-opening, right? Okay, let's go to the next one. Same process. This is all about what voice are you listening to? What voices are you listening to? You know, and more importantly, what voices are you believing? Okay, so take another one. Take another gel pen and so kind of color code it. What was your next one that you heard? Where did that come from? Is it true? Okay. Is it honest? What voice is it? You already discerned if it was love or if it was fear. But now, like, where did that come from? Yeah, it's like, whoop, shoot that one out. Okay, that's not yours. And let's go to the next one. All right, so your last one. Okay, and just maybe pick another color and write out the truth. Where did that come from? You know, and for me, as I was telling you earlier, I went to college because I thought that's what I had to do. That's what was the next step. That's what everybody has to do. But I found out that as long as you have education and you are living your dreams, college is not for everyone. And there are many different people that can educate you and can give you the schooling that you need. And that's, of course, we have vocational schools. There's all different types of schooling. And I also want to share with you that it doesn't matter how many times you feel you have failed at your chosen passion. You will always be guided to continue to pursue it no matter what. You can run, you can hide, you can pretend it's not there. It's never going to go anywhere, and it's always going to keep asking you to investigate it and open to it and share your love. Okay, so if you're like a really good artist, maybe you're like a skateboarder, maybe you have this great athletic ability, you're an awesome football player, and you just don't know how you can get there. Listen, you can get there. You can get there. You have to just follow your heart and listen to your internal compass. You have your answers. Your answers within you will tell you what school to apply to if you need school. It will tell you what auditions to go to. It will help say you got to make a call to this person, and it will help you step by step. Your love is the only way to get you to where you're going in the most peaceful, positive, happy, healthy way. If you listen to all the turbulence and all the voices coming from your mind and other people's opinions, you're gonna have a rougher time getting to where you're going. And we also have to understand that we have the two voices of fear and love. We have an inner critic within us. Okay, let's talk about the inner critic for a minute. Is your inner critic present within you? And what's your inner critic saying? And maybe you want to, after this video is over, you want to write those things down. What's your inner critic saying? What's your inner judge saying about you? Okay, I'll tell you a little bit about what mine was saying. Mine was saying, who do you think you are? You can't do this. You're not this, amazing professional dancer. You can't pursue these dreams. And then when I started doing it, I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I'm actually in my studio right now. I was teaching and dancing and doing all this amazing stuff, and my ego was beating the crap out of me, saying, you're fat, you don't how do you think you can teach all these people how to do this stuff? I mean, it was a bunch of lies. So fear, there's actually a song about it that I recently heard, and again, I'll have to post in the description for this video who the artist was again. But fear is a lie. Fear is a liar. Fear is the liar. That was the name of the song. These are just empty things that are trying to stop us from living our truth. Nothing stopped me. Nothing stopped me. I stumbled, I got off the path a couple times, but nothing is going to stop you from living your passions, your truth, your heart's desire. The only person that can stop you is you. Are you going to let yourself be stopped? It's just a burning desire. And listen, I can tell you from experience, if you don't give yourself the permission to be your work is love, love is work, passion, you are going to be suffering. And suffering is optional, guys. You can choose love. You can choose the loving, truthful way. And some people are not going to like that, and that's okay. And a lot of people don't like it because they're stuck in worry themselves, and they're not living their truth either. But that doesn't mean anything about you. You were born for greatness. You were born wise. You were born complete. Okay? All you're doing is uncovering more of yourself and listening to your heart. That's how you can get there. So you have your own compass. It's inside of you already. I do a lot of teachings about this over on the PA Dance Network Facebook business page. I have a lot of videos in there because teaching people about how to connect and listen to their heart and then follow the guidance, no matter what age they are, is one of my big passions in life, as you can tell. That's why I've helped to launch this teen self-love movement. And created this for a beautiful platform for all of us teachers that want to share that and to help you get there. But there's a lot of videos there, and even on my YouTube channel here, the PA Dance Network YouTube channel, so you can find some other videos that would support you as well. And certainly listen to some of the other great teachers that we have in our self-love movement. The answers that you have are your compass. Those are your guideposts that are guiding you one step at a time. And I promise you, no matter how hard things seem, no matter the obstacles that you think you're overcoming, when you follow your inner guidance and you listen to the voice that's coming from your heart, you can make magic happen in your own life. You were destined for it. Guys, you are absolutely destined for it. And you can have all of your dreams come true. All right, so this is where I leave you today. I hope this inspired you. Please share with your friends, like, subscribe, and all that jazz. Okay, and thank you so much. Again, my name is Maria Triano, and this is the Teen Self-Love Movement. We hope that you would share with people who you know need these videos. Can you think of about 10 people right now who you could reach out to? Those are the people that you need to share this with. Okay, guys, thanks again. Have a great day, and continue to live your dreams one step at a time. You're wise, and you are love. Thanks. Bye.